Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time car show that airs live every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central. Celebrating 10 years of award-winning car talk, this is the In Wheel Time car show, your weekly go-to all things automotive place. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world, Mars, King Conrad DeLong, Jeff Dziekan. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us on this Saturday. Turned out to be a pretty nice day here in Southeast Texas, where our show originates from, and we're glad.
Something you need to get done, or if they're keeping the car long term and the fluids are coming up to be due, so that way they can kind of look over their budget and be more in control of their expenses.
Well, I have to tell you that, and I don't know if everybody knows this or not, but I took my car to her. This was, I don't know, December or January, because the car needed fluids changed in it. Now, mind you, my car is 20 years old. Some of the fluids, well, obviously the oil gets changed on a regular basis, but some of the fluids, to my knowledge, had never been changed.
Oh, boy.
And so I wanted to make sure that they were fresh. I've been kind of working toward getting the car ready for a road trip. I keep threatening myself about going on a road trip. And part of that deal was to get all of the fluids changed so I have a starting point now and I know where we are. And Karolena was kind enough to run me through all of that, and she actually had set up for me to get it done in increments so I didn't have one gigantic expense. But as it turned out, it was okay for the one gigantic expense because, to be honest with you, it's not cheap. Because, I mean, you name the fluids that you changed in my car.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and plus, not just the fluids, we use the BG. So it's double that you're making that investment on keeping the car long term. You've gotten the BG protection plan. And, I mean, I can't say enough good things about them, obviously, because they take care of my customers and they're happy about it. But being proactive is one of the best things people can do. I think over the last year, many of us weren't driving as much. Maybe your mechanic told you, hey, you're going to need brakes coming up in 6 months. Pandemic happened. We're stuck at home. So now you're going to start driving again, or you want to go to, 2 hours away to visit grandma because now you can finally see her, or et cetera. And you want to go have the car looked over to make sure that you're fully aware of maybe some things that we forgot.
Well, and that's very important, is to have the car looked over before you go on a long trip and get out of town. If the car's been sitting for a long time, things can happen, things can dry out, things can get full of water. So you want to make sure you have a professional take a good look at the vehicle for you, do the inspection, get it up in the air and check stuff out before they send you on a long trip. And I don't know where you're going, Don. You're going to drive all the way to...
I don't even know where I'm going yet. No, I don't have a destination yet. But I hopefully will have one here before the 1st of July.
If anybody wants to tell Don where he needs to go,
there'll be lots of people can tell Don where to go.
Yeah. I know all of that already.
When are you going to get your fluids changed?
I had all of my fluids changed. Yes, I did. I had all of that done, and she did it.
But the cool thing about Karolena's Service Smart program is it allows you to plan to do all of those things.
Correct.
Because maybe not all of them are going to happen at once, but in that sequence, the program you've got written there is going to make the recommation on the timing that it's
different
when it's
mile
necessary.
Increments.
Right. And different vehicles.
And then also, if you're looking at, buying a new car, now you have okay, well, how much longer is my plan to keep this car? So many things in life that we just keep going. We don't take time to stop and think about what expectations are and how we can get to that point. So if we know already, oh gosh, the car is going to need brakes, I'm going to need to buy new tires in a year. So I'm not sure if this car is going to fit our family needs beyond another year and a half. So maybe we need to start looking at what kind of new cars we're going to buy. If we're buying a used car, start looking for the used car. What are some things we can spend money on and we'll get our money back whenever we go and trade it in? Because, I always want a car to be well taken care of, but there's no point on spending a lot of money on maintenance if you're just going to turn around and go trade it in when you could have used that money to go towards your newer car. So I think that's the biggest thing, is it gives people a starting point, and it really forces you to think about, okay, let me take 5 minutes out of my day and look at all my options here. And does this financially make sense for my family?
Yeah, should I invest $3,000 in maintaining the vehicle or use it as a down payment to get a new vehicle with less miles or a brand new vehicle with no miles on it, and find that balance? And that's what your Service Smart's there for, is to give them, hey, here's the view of the future of what you're going to spend on maintenance in time increments, and I always tell people, when you buy a car and you make payments on it for 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, whatever they're moving to today, continue to make that payment even after you've paid the vehicle off, because you need to accrue that money to make maintenance, to keep the maintenance of the vehicle up. So if you're paying $500 a month for 5 years, at the end of 5 years, continue to make that $500 payment so that you have a bank for maintenance expense.
Right. Or if you know what, something happens to the car, now you're going to have money to put towards the next car. And you're able to have a well-balanced budget, if you will. Or at the end of the year, you got extra money, just go on vacation, go on a road trip, treat your family.
Take Don with you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You'll be insane by the end of the trip. But the one thing that I wanted to bring up is the fact that she told me, and I was kind of like a reality check for me, Don, you need new tires. Now, there's plenty of tread left on the tires, and we'll get into that at another time. But the fact of the matter is, they've aged out and they're starting to crack. And so I talked to Jeff about it. We'll get into that another time. But that's part of what they do. They look at all of these different things. I didn't even think about tires until she said, when I went and picked it up, wrote her the check, hey, you need new tires.
Oh, and new tires on your Corvette's a couple of $1,000s.
No, it's not that much.
But the thing is, you walk by it, you look at it, it's got plenty of tread. You just don't think about it dating out.
10 years old.
Yeah, exactly. So that's something that I've got to do here in the next month or two. So at any rate, generally, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, I have a maintenance blog. It's maintenanceisamust.com. And there's different tips on there, like how to read the DOT date, when you're looking for a new car, or what kind of questions to have with your mechanic. So even if you're not in the Houston area, because I know you have a lot of people who are not just in Houston that listen to you, they can visit my blog, maintenancemust.com, and they can read about different tidbits that I see throughout the week, and I'll just post something.
And let's not forget that inspection sticker. And I know that's a sore subject for her because it's such a pain. Because, they pretty much lose money by doing state inspections, but as a full-service shop, it's something that they have to do for their customers like me.
And it's quite an investment on their part because they have to have all the crazy state equipment there.
And then it connects to the state of Texas computer, and it's a long, involved process.
But you have to have it done to
get your license plate. Yeah,
you get the car registration, and now isn't it 3 months? You can get it done up to 3 months before your registration is due.
Right, it's 90 days.
90 days. So, and that triggers, as soon as they do it, it tells the state that it's done. So when you send your registration money in, they'll send you the sticker that you can put on the windshield.
Yeah.
Well, but some places you go to, like where I go to, you pull up there, they look at the vehicle, they drive around the block, check the brakes on it real quick, they pull it in, do the headlights, boom, it's done. I mean, I'm talking 5 minutes.
You live in
the what I'm saying
I don't
is,
think you need emissions.
But we don't need the emissions where we're at. That's a big part of it. But to some place like your shop, I mean, not only do you have to do the emissions, but you also check out the vehicle for the customer.
It's the halo effect.
Where I go, it's kind of like, boom, you want inspections? Boom, here it's out. Get out of the way. We got another one coming in behind you.
Here, we don't even care about your car. Here's just the inspection sticker. Go ahead and take it on your way.
We used to do that, but we can't do that anymore. But my point being, somebody like her is checking out the whole vehicle for the customer, and you're going to get a lot more out of it than just an inspection sticker. They have a lot more time involved. Back to your point about they're losing
Karolena, what is the deal with the gas cap? I still don't quite understand that. Tell us about the gas cap.
So the deal, like why we check it?
Yeah. Why is
Or
that part
the
of the
deal, like,
inspection
why-
system?
So what the machine does, it's checking to make sure that the gas cap can pressurize. So you don't want any fuel vapors escaping there, or we all care about the emissions. And then so you have that portion where we hook up the connected to the gas cap, and it runs through this little pressure test. And then the OBD2 portion, like remember you saw that I put that wire in the car
Yeah.
that connects to the OBD2 port. That's checking to see the emissions on the computer side. So it's the state wanting to ensure that you're being a responsible owner for the environment.
Yay.
Yay, me, I am.
Not to mention,
Okay.
on some of the newer ones, if the gas cap doesn't seal, doesn't that throw a code and start causing you some
Yes.
some
Like
lights
an
to come
O2
on?
sensor?
Yeah.
It'll,
And
yeah.
then some cars don't even have the gas cap. So we just say, it's not something that's testable.
Yeah, because they have the when you push the gas pump in, that opens up the little trap door.
Yeah, the fuel filter,
So
fuel
it's their
filler.
capless gas tanks, and that's more and more manufacturers are moving towards capless gas tanks. Ford is, GM is, and more are moving to that.
So what does that do to the emissions? I mean, does it really seal that well?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it seals for sure. And then the other thing is, like you said, if it didn't seal, it'll turn a check engine light on, so that when Karolena plugs the wire in to talk to the computer in the car, the computer says, "Hey, there's a PO442, and it's not Oldsmobile related."
Yeah.
A
I think that's
PO442?
probably one of the most common.
Yeah, PO442 in that world is a large evaporative emissions leak. For me, anything 442 is Oldsmobile related, so it's
the old gas passer there. Yeah.
We know you.
I just had someone who came in yesterday. Her check engine light was on. I was like, why don't you just come by? Let's just pull the code and we can make a plan. We don't have to think worst case scenario. There's so many different reasons why a check engine light can come on. Just swing on by. And it was the gas cap. And we went to the fuel door, like we popped it open, and it was just completely missing. So that's why the light was on.
Wasn't even there.
Interesting.
It wasn't even there. Yeah.
Probably left it on the pump when they were getting gas.
I think so.
Could have.
Yes. The son borrowed the car. So yes.
Yeah, it's sitting on top of a pump somewhere.
So,
Somewhere.
now
right.
that would be
So-
unusual because my kids never put gas in my car when they borrowed it.
So where is the best place for us to get this kind of information through Professional Auto Care?
For the shop is professionalautocare.com. You can read a bunch of information about different vehicle systems. You can find out more about our business. You can read more about Service Smart.
Yeah, Service Smart is the
That's
thing
what I was trying to
that we're
think of.
kind of focused on with getting your car ready to take the road trip, and that's something that they can research on your website and also give you a call should they have any questions.
Sure. Absolutely.
And Service Smart's an exclusive feature offered by Professional Auto Care because Karolena's written it. Now, I keep waiting for her to go to like an app form on this, and then she could sell it to BG and then tie it all together.
Well, there you go. So there's your new charge for the next 6 months to get
Yeah,
that
there's
all
your-
developed, and I know that you will.
Send all-
Carolina, it's great to talk to you. Thanks so
Always.
much for joining us
you.
today. We love talking to you, and thanks for coming in just for us today. We hope to see you again soon. Not too soon, but we hope to see you again
That's
soon.
right.
Take care, honey. We'll talk to you later.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you.
It's always good to talk to her.
Yeah, and they're a great shop. They've got some very good technicians there, and her dad kind of oversees everybody. It's really pretty interesting to go there as a shop because her dad has his own training center
Yes.
across the street that he trains all his techs. They train Karolena there.
Yeah.
So it's a very interesting shop, and they do wonderful work.
Yeah, I got a chance to meet him on one of my visits there. Great guy.
Yes.
And knows his stuff big time.
Very much so.
Yep.
Very much so.
Yep.
But
And
she does as well.
oh
Yes.
yeah, but part of that is you have to continuously educate yourself. You know, the advancement of technology in cars is so fast right now. If you're not always trying to learn something, you quickly fall behind.
Well, the more you know, it's easier to adapt as well, because there's things that, okay, I know this particular function and feature, and then something else is coming on board with that. Okay, what are the results if I don't do this or I do that?
And they all tie in together.
That's right. All right, time now for This Week in Auto History. We always love talking about auto history, and I know that you always have some interesting things to talk about.
Yeah, you ready? Don't tell me I put the wrong one up.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Here we go. Okay. So in 1921, Matilda Dodge was the widow of John Dodge from the Dodge brothers. Ooh. She was named to the board of directors of Graham Page Motor Corporation, becoming the first woman to sit on the board of a major auto manufacturer.
And to use a man's razor.
Do I swipe left or right on this one?
So that's Matilda, a name that I don't think is very popular anymore. But, you know, she was the first female head of an automotive company. So I thought that was an interesting fact.
Cool.
In 1955, Volkswagen of America was established in Englewood, New Jersey. 55 was also a banner year for Volkswagen as the company produced its 1 millionth car for the first time worldwide. You got to remember, Volkswagen produces cars in Mexico, Germany. They were
South
producing
America.
cars, South America, yeah, all over the world. So in 1955 they built 1 million vehicles, and they were actually averaging building 1,000 cars per day in 1955. In 1967, General Motors celebrated the manufacture of its 100 millionth American-made vehicle. It was a
Chevy.
1960. That was a Chevy Caprice. Mm-hmm. You get the side view will show you the Caprice, because remember the Caprice had the formal rear glass where the Impala had the fastback on it. So again, and back then GM was the world's largest auto manufacturer. Well, they're not anymore. The legendary Ayrton Senna, who won his first Formula One race his first Formula One championship at the Portuguese Grand Prix in Estoril in 1985, who eventually ended up his demise at Imola in Italy from a real bad wreck. Mm-hmm. In 1987, the Chrysler Corporation purchased Lamborghini, the Italian-based...
The Countach.
Right. Didn't every teenage kid have that on the wall of
Yes, I did.
Yeah. If you were lucky, she had on a black bathing suit to go with it if you're lucky.
Didn't the Colonel drive that?
Boy, we're going to wander off that one. But the terms of the deal weren't publicly disclosed, but it was said that Chrysler paid $25 million for Lamborghini.
Yeah, it's a tight cockpit.
At the time. Oh, yeah, those were very difficult to get in and out of as well. In 1995, after producing 6,939 cars, the Chevrolet Corvette ZR1 went out of production.
Huh.
There's some interesting things about the ZR1, and that's why I kind of show the back. The rear of the vehicle was wider on the ZR1 specific cars. The fenders were wider to cover larger tires, so a very specific rear fascia and rear fenders on that Corvette. And then if the motor picture showed up somewhere else, but if the motor picture's
on his review.
Yeah, if the motor picture's there, actually the engine in the Corvette ZR1 the first year put out 375 horsepower. The second year and later put out 405 horsepower. Was designed by Lotus, built by Mercury Marine in Stillwater, Oklahoma.
Huh.
So, and it was a 16-valve motor, so pretty interesting. And then in 2008, Danica Patrick won the Indy Japan 300 in the twin ring motor Tigi in Japan. And she was the first female to win an IndyCar race.
Okay.
So, again, interesting facts this week in automotive history.
Thank you very much. Time now for this hour's news of the week. Ford Motor Company Wednesday informed workers that it is extending downtime at key North American plants, including at one of two sites that build the top-selling F-150 pickup truck, between 1 and 2 weeks because of the ongoing chip shortage. In a memo to employees obtained by Automotive News and confirmed with the company, Ford said the Chicago and Flat Rock, Michigan plants, as well as both the F-150 and Transit van sides of its Kansas City, Missouri plant, will be shut down the weeks of May 3rd and 10th. Flat Rock, which builds the Mustang, and Chicago Assembly, which builds the Explorer and Lincoln Aviator crossovers, have been idled since the week of April 12th. Kansas City has been idle since the week of April 19th.
And dealer inventories are falling quickly.
It's been more than 800 days since the Motor City has had an auto show, and the next one is still about 500 days away. To fill the void until September 2022, the Detroit Auto Dealers Association helping to bring a new car-focused event to the city this summer. Motor City Car Crawl, as they're going to call it, aims to bring some economic activity back to Detroit. Good luck. The 4-day outdoor event set for August will showcase dealer-supplied vehicles throughout 6 downtown parks.
So are they implementing that in Woodward Cruise?
Yeah, that's what's interesting. Is it going to be in association with the Woodward Dream Cruise? Because that's also in August.
I will use this story next hour. Let me look at this one here. By the way, the Duke of Edinburgh began working with the automaker Land Rover in 2003 to design his own hearse based on a Defender TD5 130 chassis cab. He said, "Just stick me in the back of a Land Rover and drive me to Windsor," is what he said. That's a quote.
He was dying to get in.
Those are reportedly the funeral instructions that Prince Philip gave to his wife, Queen Elizabeth II, before he died April 9th at the age of 99. The Duke of Edinburgh began working with Land Rover in 2003 to create a bespoke hearse based on a Defender TD5 130 chassis cab, according to Sky News. Philip designed the open-top rear section to hold his wooden coffin. Officials said a second copy was built as a backup.
I wonder who was in the cockpit driving it.
I would have gone to Aston Martin or something, and I would have told him I was the Duke
of Earl.
Well, we went a long way for that joke. So, Mercedes introduced their EQS electric vehicle, and they're going to follow it up with an EQB electric SUV.
Okay.
Which I thought was interesting.
Nice.
Global Micro
to join in. Whether you're a cruiser or spectator, Tailpipes and Tacos is the place to enjoy made-to-order breakfast tacos, fresh coffee, and mingle with Houston's fun car people. Mark your calendar for Saturday, May 15th for Tailpipes and Tacos at the Lupi Tortilla Mexican Restaurant in Katy, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Tailpipes and Tacos is free and everyone's invited. You'll see collector cars, hot rods, customs, magnificent originals, and resto mods all at one location. Cars from all over Southeast Texas cruise in and show off in a friends and family event at the Lupi Tortilla Mexican Restaurant on the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard, just south of I-10 in Katy. Drag racer, car enthusiast, and Lupi founder Stan Holt brings you Houston's hottest cruise in, Tailpipes and Tacos, Saturday, May 15th, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. at Lupi's in Katy. The In Wheel Time Car Show will be there too. Get your ride ready, and we'll see you at the Tailpipes and Tacos Saturday morning cruise in, May 15th, 8 to 11 a.m. at Lupi's in Katy, weather permitting. If you're in charge of your company's small, medium, or large business anywhere in the U.S., let the On Hold Company help you retain customers and promote your business on your telephone system. Promote special sales or company info when placed on hold. The On Hold Company provides custom on-hold messages with professional male or female voices, licensed background music with no long-term contract, no monthly recurring bill, and updates your messages as needed. Call the On Hold Company at 713-223-HOLD or go to onhold. That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.